Welcome to the Generation X Wing podcast, a modern look at a retro lifestyle. My name's Rob Williams.
I'm Jamie Pale Rider.
Now, today is a unique one. This is actually not a podcast. This is a public service announcement, so to speak, right?
Ooh, is this our first PSA?
It's a PSA. It's one to grow on. In fact, actually, it's more of a charity event that I'm going to let you talk about because you're the one that came up with this idea that I love. Absolutely great idea. So tell us what this idea is.
Cool. So I've always, obviously Rob and I are both members of the 501st Rebel Legion, and we're really proud of the work that we do as part of those groups. But we also wanted to do something that was ours, like driven by us, kind of organized through the podcast, and really like give people an opportunity to participate who aren't necessarily in the costuming clubs.
Right.
So like listeners, friends of the podcast, members of the clubs as well, obviously, but we wanted to basically cast a wider net and hopefully get lots of people involved and have some fun doing it.
Yeah, you and me have been doing charity work for a long time now, and so satisfying and so helps the community. It's something I even teach my students about, doing something you love, but doesn't give back to the community.
Yeah.
And
yeah, if you can do both.
If you can do both, it's just double rewarding.
Yeah. And that's kind of why I love the 501st and Rebel Legion, and now the Ghostbusters of BC, like being able to do both at the same time.
Right.
It's something you love and doing something for the community. So with that in mind, we're kicking off our first kind of challenge. Challenge is a little social media-y for me.
Yeah, it's a bit, yeah.
But it's we're basically putting it out there to all of our friends in the clubs, friends of the podcast, and our listeners. It is a blood donation challenge. Why blood? Like I don't like asking people for money.
It just goes straight to the vein.
Yeah. It sounds worse when you put it like that, but yeah, I don't like asking people to donate money. Not everybody's always in a position to do so,
especially nowadays.
Yeah, things are tough all around for sure, but blood donation is one of those things that stuck out to me as something that everybody can potentially do without kind of it being a hit to their wallet necessarily.
It's more immediate in my mind. I know we have friends that donate blood on a regular basis, and the impact is so much greater than sometimes money can provide.
Yeah.
So
and it's something that I've wanted to do on a regular basis, and I actually donated blood right before COVID.
Oh yeah.
And then COVID. So yeah, it kind of lines up just with my own personal goals, with just things that we're always talking about on the podcast. And so yeah, we're working with Canadian Blood Services for scheduling support, any advice on events, for social media support, and kind of getting the word out there. So we do have a date basically for locally in the Lower Mainland, Vancouver area, where I'll be challenging the 501st of the Outer Rim Garrison and Falcon Base of the Rebel Legion, as well as the Ghostbusters of BC. To come out to the event in North Vancouver on July 6th, 2024, to donate blood. So for those of you in the Star Wars clubs, I know the Outer Rim Garrison has a team set up already for donating.
Yeah.
So I encourage you to join that team. Ghostbusters, if you want to set up your own team, obviously feel free. We do have a Generation X-Wing podcast donation team as well that I've set up, that anyone can join. So if you're a listener, friend of the podcast, if you're a Ghostbuster, if you're in the Star Wars clubs, spoiler alert, you can be members of multiple teams.
Oh, there you go.
So I'm already a member of both the Outer Rim Garrison team and the Generation X-Wing podcast team. So join a team or don't. Like I said, if you're not local, we still encourage you to join in.
Yeah.
My ask, and again, if you're not comfortable with this, please ignore this. But if you're comfortable donating a costume or even just in a nerd shirt, send us a photo. Let us know.
Yeah.
If that's something you're comfortable doing. If you can do it on or around July 6th, even better. But the idea behind this thing is it's going to be a regular occurring thing. Like there's never, I feel like, a slow time for needing blood.
No.
From the Canadian Blood Services. So In talking with them, it sounds like a good cadence is about every 90 days. So look for this to kind of come back around every 3 months ago, starting after July 6th. I hope that people are wanting to come out and participate. I've already got, at the location in North Van, I've got a group booking ready to go.
Yeah.
So if you're wanting to join that, I have 10 slots. So that'll be, I'm part of that 10, so technically 9 now.
I'll probably be part of that 10
so
too.
Rob as well. But if you want to jump in as part of that booking, let us know and I can send you the details around like the actual time slot and location. Mm-hmm. I highly encourage people to make their own booking on that day. It doesn't even have to be the same location or anything like that. We're mostly just for the reason behind the one location is we're trying to get members of the 501st, Rebel Legion, and the Ghostbusters to show up in costume.
Yeah.
To kind of promote the event, hang out outside, take photos with people, and kind of just be there and have fun.
Yeah.
So obviously no costume people like in the actual donation center. There's people who have no part of this, and we don't want to get in the way of anybody. So
I've seen people put a bucket on at the very least while they're giving blood. So
like in my Ghostbuster jumpsuit, I'm more than willing to donate blood. Even Obi-Wan, I feel like I could donate blood pretty easy. But like Stormtroopers, obviously, is going to be a little bit tougher.
Hello there.
But yeah,
Metachlorians.
If we can get people in costume, Canadian Blood Service is going to hook us up with a table out front.
Awesome.
Just spot to gather for photos and whatnot.
Now, there are certain rules when donating. So
yeah, you do have to check your eligibility.
Yeah, so where can they go for all that?
So if you're in Canada, blood.ca is the site to go to check your eligibility. There's a questionnaire you got to fill out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm less up to date on what the information of the procedure is if you're outside of Canada. So I encourage you to check with your local blood donation authorities. Obviously, it would be cool if Steve 3 can get his garrison on board. And I also wanted to challenge only Alley Cat and her followers to jump in and get involved as well. I've spoken to her ahead of time, so this is not me springing it on her or putting her on the spot. And she's so sweet. Like, she's obviously on board and super enthusiastic about it, which I'm really excited about.
If you have blood and you've got a podcast or YouTube or anything else, like be a part of this, just let us know. And contact us at generationxwingpodcast@gmail.com, and we will give you some more information. I would strongly suggest you go over to blood.ca. Is that what you said?
Blood.ca.
Blood.ca, and check over those rules, because I've tried donating in the past, and there was always a tricky part of it about whether you had a cold, if you have children, there are certain rules of who's taking care and all that sort of stuff. There are certain rules. It's kind of important to know. Yeah. But please check that.
But even like I've even heard of people getting turned down like on the day at the location for whatever reason.
Yeah. I didn't follow the rules, so it was my own fault.
Wow. And it happens, and sometimes things are out of your control. Yeah. Even just if you stop by and say hi, take a photo with people. Yeah. We would love to see you if you're in the area. And again, if you're not in the Lower Mainland in BC, please send us photos. Let us know that you took part. I would love to hear it.
Awesome. Yeah, this is going to be great. And we'd like to do more charity stuff in the future. Mm-hmm. We've been talking a lot off air about Extra Life. Is that the other one? Love playing video games, and it'd be kind of cool to be more involved in that as well. So, and just have fun. Yeah. But right now, that's what I'm playing with. But the blood donation thing is the primary objective right now. So
yeah, Extra Life is I think the next big event is on November 2nd this year, so we've definitely got some time to plan that out. But yeah, branching out for sure. I'm really excited.
You live right next door to a friend of mine who's constantly going to the hospital for her son and for herself, and I know personally that blood donations is super important for a lot of my loved ones and my friends. And so anything that we can do to help out, just me personally, is important. So just like to share that message with everybody else too.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. Yeah. And yeah, I hope you guys are too.
There you go. Excellent. So more information to come, but remember, July 6th in North Van, we'll keep you up to date on our Instagram and Facebook page. And again, if you are one of those people out there that want to help with this, let us know at Generation X-Wing podcast at gmail.com, link down below, and let us know. And we'd love to have you part of this. So there you go.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for watching. And thanks for donating if you can.
All right. See you soon. Bye.